Paint, sorry. Got ink on the brain. I probably have got ink on the brain. I've got it everywhere else. So. Hello, it's Lee here. Welcome back to my channel. And a big welcome to anyone who's here for the first time. I'm doing Junk Journal January. And I'm doing mine as an art journal. So art, junk journal, January, really. And today's prompt is memory. Now for anyone who doesn't know, Junk Journal January and Junk Journal July are hosted by Meg Journals, and she's in collaboration with Get Messy Art. So it's a month of prompts to give you ideas of something to make in your journal. There are no rules. You just do what you want to do. And you don't have to do every day, of course. It's up to you completely what you do and how you do it. So, memory. I had a book. It's called, where is it? Is it on here somewhere? It's a history of talkies or something, in a pictorial history of talkies. So it's all about the first movies that had recorded sound, and it's full of all these little pictures. So I tore out a page of that and I've given it a light gesso, and I'm going to use that as my memory aspect of today's spread. And I'm thinking about doing another double page, but I'm not sure. What have we got here? I suppose I could, couldn't I? Alright, I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is leave on here, because it's got the year of 1939 on there. I'm going to tear some off this end though. Sorry guys, you get your tops of your heads ripped off. But I thought I might use some inks today, just to add my highlights. So what I've got here is some Liquitex acrylic artist ink. Oh, actually only one of them is acrylic. Two of them if I count the white. So turquoise, white, transparent burnt sienna, and yellow orange azo. So we'll see how we go. So I need a ripped edge along here as well. So how's everyone going? Hope you're all doing well and enjoying the challenge, and that you're actually able to do some of your own pages. Now you might be wondering why I'm ripping that off, because I wanted to keep the date. I still want to keep the date. I just want a raggedy edge on each page. So I'm going to glue that in somewhere else. Alright, so I'm going to use, where is it? Matte gel to glue that down. Oh, this paintbrush didn't get rinsed properly. It's a bit stiff. Just going to make sure that the edges are covered. So I'll fast forward through the boring bits for you. That's done, and I've applied some clear gesso around the outside where there's where this paper doesn't cover, just to protect that particular paper. Now I want to stencil, do some stenciling on here. So I'm going to be stenciling with gesso through this particular arrows or chevrons design. Does it fit in there? Yes it does. Okay. So that's, as I said, it's gesso, but because it's going on so thick, it's actually creating almost like a texture paste effect on there. Just wiping that excess off rather than waste it. Okay, so I need to let that dry, but I think I can add some bubble wrap dots somewhere. When I did yesterday's video, I didn't notice it, but when I was watching it myself, I somehow had lost the bit where I added the bubble wrap bits on there, so that got missed out. Now, let me think, what colour? Let's see what's still going on my palette here. I haven't added any more paint to this since I started the challenge. Okay, so I've got red. I've still got a bit of the blue there. Just use this as a palette. Just move my book away for the time being. Hopefully that dries pretty quickly. It's quite warm today, so it should dry fast. So I'm going to scrape the last of that turquoise off. And take a bit of red. So I want a dark colour. That's good. I'll just put a speck of yellow in there because that'll grey it out a bit. So I want it to be a chromatic black. Okay. Need to bring my book back and get some paint on the bubble wrap. Just apply it in a couple of places. I think that'll do. Now I would like to add some of the ink, even though this page is not dry, and I should get something to catch the drips because there will be drips. I think I'd like to put some of this turquoise in there, and I'll be spraying it with water. I'm just going to stand that up anyway. Get that to start running down. A little bit of a helping hand. Okay, so you can see that. Let's move it further into the shot. It looks quite nice. So that was the turquoise. I think I'll just put a bit of this burnt sienna on there. A little bit of water and just get it to run. Just going to let it run down onto the other side of the book. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. And I think a little bit of the burnt sienna over on this side would be nice. So I only need a couple of drops. Glue's loose there, I have to fix that up. So that's nice when it's not mixed with the... Just knocked my bottle of ink over. I've just pretty much lost my entire bottle of ink there. Not good. So I'm going to use the bottle. I've cleaned a bit of it up, but then I thought I might just use the bottle to make some marks while I'm at it. Oh, I think that's the first time I've ever knocked over a bottle of ink. It's everywhere. It's even underneath my mat. I'll have to clean that up very shortly. Oh dear. It was just there's too much of it on the desk, like it was a puddle. It wasn't just a few drops. It was pretty much the whole bottle ended up there. But anyway, let's turn a disaster into something a little bit worthwhile. So there's the bottle. There's probably, I don't know, half a drop in the bottom. Have some semblance of normality now. I'm going to take this thing, which is a trivet, and I'm going to put it in that wet ink and see if I can get like a square print from it. Let's see what it does. A little bit. It's probably too big. And then I'll dry this off. Put it over that. Yeah, I saw someone using a stamp that had this pattern, like this sort of pattern on it, and I thought, oh, I really need one of those stamps to go with the hundreds of other stamps I've got. Okay, I'm going to just dry that off and come back, and I can't even think what I was going to do now. I've just been so thrown by knocking that bottle over. Well, the book's still drying out, so I'll just put that aside for the moment. But I've got, here's a victim of the ink. and that. It's everywhere, my hands. Okay, so I want to put, I'm just going to stamp some of these little words onto that. And I'll probably glue them on somewhere. So this is just archival black ink. It's all part of it, isn't it? The memory of the day, spilling the ink bottle. Oops. What's this other word that's there? Oh, happy. Not happy. Don't know whether I want to use any of them. Oh, this one, I love this one. I didn't even know I had this. I don't know when I bought this set of stamps. Oh, there's ink on that stamp block as well. Maybe I can make that like a little montage of things and glue that on the page. But I just had an idea. I was keeping the bottom of the book because it had the year on it. Here we go. So 1939. So I could take that off there and glue that on there as part of this little thing. And there's a number. What else is on there? Kenny Davis's name. Yep, that'll do. So I'll stick them on. Just put that up there. And then I'm just going to tear the top of that off. That's just part of a book page. Okay, so I'm going to set this side of it up like this, and I have torn apart that little montage that I made on that piece of paper. I'm going to use this little boy as my focal image. So looks a little bit like a baby Hitler, doesn't he? Unfortunate child. That was just in some photos that I purchased. And what I need to make up my mind about is what colour do I want to make this stencil. I'm leaning towards black actually, because I don't know why. I just am. And I haven't got any ink bottles on my desk with the lids off, so that's a good thing. So I've got some really old gesso here, this black stuff. I'm going to try and get it to work because it's really gummed up. And I was going to buy some more, and I went to the shop where I got it from, and the price has like doubled since I bought this one. So I thought, I'm glad I hadn't thrown it away. I'll try and activate it again with a bit of water. It seems to be working down there. Okay. Seems to be. Okay. Well, hopefully I can get something other than a sticky mess. So I'm going to have that flower. It'll be there. I think I'm going to have to put more gesso on there and that, and scrape it around with my on the card here. That also got covered in ink. Dishwasher's finished. I've got a catalyst wedge somewhere and I can't find it, and it's been just lying around somewhere or sitting on something where I see it all the time, but now that I want it, I can't find where it is. And just about turned my rubbish dump, that is my studio, crafting room, upside down, looking for it today, and I'm just wasting so much time. So, no. I won't worry about looking anymore, because what will happen is I won't find it, but then when I'm not looking for it, I will find it and I'll put it in a safe place. Famous last words. Oh, yeah, this is really not the best. So let's just see what sort of imprint I've got. Well, it's not too bad. It's better than I thought it would be. So we'll put the lid on that and glue down these things. So this is a water soluble oil pastel. It's really cheap. It's Monte Marte. I don't know whether you can get that anywhere else, but it's readily available in Australia. Yeah, so it's a, as I said, a water soluble oil crayon. So when you wet it, dampen it, you can see what happens. Works a bit like a Stabilo pencil. Just gives that nice edge. I actually did go around all of my pages with it, but I didn't wet them. This is the only page that I've wet. Okay, I'm going to call that done. What do you think? It's nice to use the inks for a change. And something I really want to use is Inktense blocks. I just acquired some, so you can see the difference in these pages with the black edging around them. Just makes a difference, doesn't it? And especially where we've got two side by side like this, you sort of couldn't see where one started and the other one, where one ended and the other one started, so that separated those two pages. So I hope you like that. I hope it's given you some ideas, and it's a little less bright, this one. I like that. It's torn. I wonder how that happened. Just going to emphasize that. And I've got an ink dauber here. It's probably got a bit of ink in it. Yep. There we go. Yeah. So I've used inks. I've used Collage, gesso, white and black, die cuts, stamping, and these are die cuts as well, and splattered with some gold watercolour ink. Paint, sorry, got ink on the brain. I probably have got ink on the brain. I've got it everywhere else. So, alrighty, let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't like it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Where's all of the stuff that I have just at my to my left, where it's handy for me to grab them, got moved when I was trying to clean the ink up. So stitched is tomorrow. Okay, I really like putting stitching on things. All my pages are stitched except for these watercolour ones. Anyway, so that's how I made the book link. Alrighty, till tomorrow, happy crafting, take care, and hugs and cheers from Australia. Hooroo!